Thumbtack presents Tile Trouble. Every single time I use my sink, I make eye contact with the uneven grout on my kitchen backsplash. The crooked corners eye me, and I'm haunted by more tiling questions than I thought possible. What kind of pro can fix a backsplash? Can I replace one cracked tile, or should I replace them all? What if I just use Thumbtack? I can hire top-rated pros, read reviews, and compare prices with a tap, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach Unplugged. I had to pause there for a second. Episode 178. Hope everybody's having a great Labor Day. We'll get over to Monday Morning Assist in a second. But before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Dish, our sponsor for the month of September. If you are looking for a shooting machine, this is the place to go. I don't think you'll be disappointed. We have been a long time at our high school, a long time owners of Dr. Dish. It is a great thing. We have an old version. We have one of the new ones that we recently got. It is a great thing. If you haven't looked it up and seen that their new system is awesome. Their training management system is awesome. My son's using it, and it basically they can run the shooting machine through their phone. It's a great thing. There's different workouts from some of the top trainers in the country. And then you can track it. You can send it to them. It's unbelievable, to be honest with you. So go over and check them out, Dr. Dish. Also, if you're liking these podcasts, please go over and subscribe and like. We would really appreciate that. And if you're thinking of joining teachhoops.com, I would definitely do that in the next couple of weeks. Prices are going to be going up. So if you are listening to this in 2020, then it'll be too late. But make sure you go over and check it out. And let's hopefully get some grilling in today and enjoy the final days of summer as we head into Labor Day. So have a great Monday.
This is Eric Shirk bringing you the Monday Morning Assist. On this episode, foul trimming, part 1 of the game trimming series, brought to you by the great people at teachhoops.com for basketball coaches who want to get better. Winning resources, videos, one-on-one mentoring, private forums, and so much more. Check out teachhoops.com today. Now for part 1 of the game trimming series, this is foul trimming, where we're going to discuss a specific example of game trimming in action. And from the introduction, just a quick recap, game trimming is the concept of trimming any negative part of your game away as you continue to follow the 3-step process of going about game trimming, which is step 1, acknowledge the problem. Step 2 is overcompensate for the problem in the opposite direction, meaning you completely flip the script. As the problem would have you go one way, you go 1,000 miles an hour in the other direction. And then number 3, you adjust from the overcompensation gradually back towards where you begin, and somewhere in between the original problem and the overcompensation becomes the happy medium, the middle ground, which becomes the new part of your game as you have trimmed the old negative part away, and you've trimmed that off your game, and you've added a new, more efficient piece of your game. And the more you do this, the more you game trim, whether you're trimming off needless fouls, needless shot attempts, needless pass attempts, whatever it may be. The more you're trimming off your game, that parts of your game that are unnecessary because they're either negative or neutral, the more you trim, the more efficient your game becomes. So we're going to talk about foul trimming specifically in part 1. And the example that we're using for this first part is defenders that have a strong tendency to consistently swipe down at the ball when going for a steal or looking to deflect, dislodge, whatever a defender is in the midst of. The referee will always have a predetermined opinion. I know the word always, you want to try not to use that, but in most cases, the referee is going to have a set of scenarios in their mind that go one way or the other. And swiping down on defense is one of the big ones. If a ref sees any defender swiping down at the ball, in most cases it's going to result in a foul, regardless of whether it was a clean swipe, whether it was a clean steal, deflection. Referees have decided over the years that anytime a defender is swiping down at the ball, it just doesn't look right. It looks much more violent than if you're swiping upward or you're swiping from the side. Swiping down just has that automatic connotation of, well, they're probably going to slap the hands of the ball handler, and so most referees will blow the whistle. So that's acknowledged. That's part one of game trimming. The first step, I should say, is acknowledge the problem. You've realized at this point, either the coach or coaches have helped the player to realize, or the player has realized on their own that they're swiping down every game. 2 or 3 times they're being called for fouls, and yet they're still doing it. They're putting their team in a bad spot. And they're putting themselves in a bad spot, being more likely to have to sit on the bench for longer periods of time, more likely to foul out because you're in foul trouble, and also more likely to put the other team in the bonus and get them on the free throw line. So step 2 is overcompensate. Now, what would be the best way to overcompensate from swiping down too often? And I would say the most blatant overcompensation would be to completely eliminate swiping from your defensive